And here we've got the first game of best of 5 between Silicon and Team Kamikaze, which is headset. Hello, Harsha.
Hello, welcome back for day 2 of the here with Puppies, streamer Shoutcaster, and myself, Lord. Days from the two teams.
Obviously, the Bellona as Van as well as Thor, they're both very versatile, and Thor the flexibility, the mobility as a good assassin, and Bella can be tucked wherever they want her essentially. Bastet, one of the also not high tier junglers band.
Yes, Bastet, a very good band from here, but yeah, what's this pick here having Sylvanas? You see that yesterday Sylvanas being banned a lot during picks and bans phases, but now we have Sylvanas coming out. First pick from what's from back. Got this here.
Sylvanas is a very strong, good support. Well, it's versatile. The pull was always really useful, as well as the quick immobilize with one.
Yeah, and bots as well coming out from Team Kamikaze with the Medusa and well, the deadly duo that we've been. That have been, and also it's a kit coming up from Silicon Sports, Lorraine. We already seen that Lorraine's a really good jungler, but it's been changed from Lorraine's monkey and now to Lorraine's kid. Like we see some plays happening here from things that he can do. What do you think about this?
Oh yeah, these are very common picks. You would usually always see a Poseidon in these matches, as well as a Hunbat. Isis, one of my favorites, just got picked. That's probably the most played god I've played lately. Lots of fun, very versatile, can counter anyone if you don't know Isis. But yeah, with Hunbats and Sir Kit, those junglers are going to either pick people off or change team fights around. As Hunbats is fair, is always very useful. And for the third next ban, we see an Anher being banned for Silicon's ADC. And Ib ban.
Yeah. What role did they pick? From Karte, we can see Guan Yu coming up probably in the solo lane or probably in support, depending on what they want. But support. See Ram coming as from what's as an AD carry. This is a strong AD carry. We can see Ram is definitely one of the top tier hunters in the game. It's a really good pick for Silicon Sports, and comparatively to what Team Kamikaze has with the Tompo having Medusa.
Yeah, these are very obvious picks. There's not really that many high tier gods left to pick unless you're picking something.
Yes, which is good considering that like first match of yesterday we coming up for Eddie Carey, and saw that Medusa being carries his team, but we also see how powerful that pick was for some amount of harassment that they had and pressure that they had at the very beginning. Here you see Ram being in this pick here, it pretty much changes a sort of counter pick. You have to see.
I think Tainted's just having a bit of fun going through different selections.
Tainted Goddess, yeah.
Bit of a character.
Might be looking here quickly.
Probably a Gorn support. I haven't played much Conquest lately, but having the Gorn in the duo lane I would reckon is a bit more useful in the duo lane.
What do you think about this Sylvanas being picked here?
Well, there's 3 main supports that you see played in Conquest or competitive Conquest, and it usually ranges from Sylvanas, Geb, and Athena being the top 3, and maybe once in a while a Ymir, chucked in there as your most common guardians, and Sylvanas is still really good with the pull. You can pull someone completely out of position with it, and the pull's also a stun. Allow everyone just to draw onto the person and to make them a chance.
True, and also from the beginning of the early phases of the match, you can give Sylvanas the attack speed. That will really give it a lot of pressure and clearance for the pressure. I'm going to use that as an advantage to get that. How's it?
Yeah, even with Sylvanas's nerf earlier in the year, he's still one of the guardians out of the bunch. Like the nerf taking away the heals from the minions, everyone thought that would be huge, but still being played a lot and still really quite useful. So people overestimated what the nerf would have done. But yeah, with the Medusa in the enemy team anyway, the lane clear would have been a lot better than what Sylvanas could have healed them by.
Also from just what's the team? Very anti-healing team. Like you see, hit they can shut down. It's a really powerful pick. They're coming. Looking sports is high sustain. It's coming. Hades.
Yeah, we might see some Divine Ruin being chucked onto the mages. I imagine Hades might pick up the Divine Ruin. It's always quite good when you're trying to take down a Hercules that has mitigate wounds up. Yeah, it should be quite an interesting match.
Very, very interesting. Below. IT them to be banned, and they point where they're equally recognizing how dangerous these characters can be. It's a good matchup. What do you think about this?
I just think we have to wait and see now, and see what people buy when they get out, and see what kind of positions they're going to take. We might be wrong about the Guan support, might actually be solo. Even though Compo usually played Hercules and solo last round, I'm confident it will be a Guan support. Have one magical damage in their team, so Isis is probably going to have to carry a bit to do enough damage.
Yes, yeah, noting that, I actually didn't pick that up. There's only one magical distance there. The rest are all physical. We might see some Sylvanas building himself as a physical tank and having a little bit of magical sustain. Be really brutal for Team Kamikaze coming out. It's a really interesting pick what they had here.
Yeah, I just think we have to wait and see. There's obviously some very good team fight ults that can actually change everything. You've got a Hunsbat Sphere, you've got an Isis 4, I can't remember the name of that.
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Day 2's first match. Let the games begin.
I'm just seeing everyone loading in now. If I had to make a bet though, I would have to bet on Silicon. They've got to be a better team composition. You've got, yeah, with the Hades ult, Sylvanas ult, and then the Poseidon ult as well. They can easily either zone out people or just decimate 2 or 3 people if they're stuck together or too close. it'll be very, very mean to see.
So we have here at the starting of the game, everyone's going into the regular builds that we normally see. We have the regular ADC builds, the regular mid laner builds, the regular sustain builds, and the jungle builds. So it's going to be a regular composition of the matchup. Let's see who will make the plays here.
See the mages picking up a trinket here with a vampire charge. Should hopefully sustain them quite well. See a bit of action going down on this end. See the ward being placed down for zoning purposes, or for see if they're going to invade. I think they're quite aware that they're thinking of doing that, and Hades might be called out here. I mean, Herc.
Possibly an invasion. Yeah.
Nope, they're going to go back and do the buffs.
Minions have spawned.
We see Suket with level 2 Hog already, which should help with the camp clear at the start. Oh, we see Herc and Hans coming in here for an invade. Nope, they've decided against it and have gone back. We'll see Isis coming to the lane first. Always useful when starting out mid lane, getting the first little push. You can essentially decide the next few lanes. Two waves of minions. And Isis is incredibly powerful at the start of the game. And easily kill people in the first wave if they get too cocky.
But that being said, Poseidon is also a very powerful mage during the mid lane. We saw that from yesterday's tournament of how much he can pressure. I mean, from the first match where we had Ra, it was a lot of pressure for Ra to have sustain in the lane. We saw a lot of Poseidon yesterday, and it might work in their favor as well today. But Isis, let's see, like they both hit just level 3, and over on the dual lane we see Silicon Sports retreating back. They're having some pressure.
Yeah, if Isis is wanting to, Isis needs to apply a lot of pressure at the start to get ahead. We'll see a fair amount of damage is being pushed off there onto the Poseidon, even though the Isis just stood in the whirlpool for too long. So Kit's come in here and
there's first blood, ladies and gentlemen.
Finished Isis so quickly. The Kit is crazy against mages without mobility. The taunt in them one will just come back up so much damage quite quickly, especially.
Not only that, it's the madness that she puts on you that makes it super potent and super powerful. She will put that madness on you, and you can't do anything. You don't have beats, and especially during the first levels of the game when you don't really account any CC cleansing or anything, you lose that ability to get away from the madness. And
yeah, it's an incredibly powerful taunt.
It's a powerful taunt. It's as good as Athena's taunt.
I would say it's better if you do.
Yeah, it also does damage.
Yeah, it's Athena's taunt. It's easier to hit, but it's not as good as well as causing damage to the allies if they're saying, hey, it could be a little bit of damage, but it all damage adds up in the end. And it's crazy. You might see another play in mid here. Decided in circuits, hit level 5.
Yes, and they're going to fight for those mid camps. 2 minutes is coming up. They're all getting ready for this mid camp fight, but who's going to take it?
The zoning out with the whirlpool is always quite useful. I think they're going to cut their losses and go to the other ones, but they also got the other mid camps. Silicon's grabbed both mid camps, which change stuff. Oh, you can Goddess nearly killing Vec here.
See Back Boy in the dual lane getting troubled a bit. Oh, and coming up, missing. Oh, what a great play coming out, but is Guan Yu in trouble? Oh, that poison, that true damage really ticks in, and that's Suket for you, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very potent.
See Suket essentially stealing Poseidon ult kill there, pushing them out of the shark. See Top Notch King pushing Tompo on the tower again. This was the same in the previous games. Just instantly clearing the lane like that.
That's Hades for you. Early to mid game, all he does is his first ability and his third ability, and there goes all the minions. What does he do? His passive is he applies bright to everything. Oh, there we go. We have a kill up until that diving tower as well. He uses ultimate.
His ult sound, he must have used it. Having a look at the builds here, Poseidon's going straight into Shoes of Magi, which is quite a bit of power early game. If you can build straight into that, it does change early game quite a bit. While we have Medusa going to Div gloves. Both ADCs have picked up these gloves now actually.
Let's talk about the level advantage between the mid laners. We have the Circuit, Isis at level 7, and you have Poseidon at level 8. You already have almost a level and a half advantage.
Oh, we're in stasis mode.
Stasis mode.
Yeah, this is a good time to talk. They are quite a bit ahead in terms of gold and experience, which was expected to see by a few of these matchups. But we see Sylvanas heading into Medusa here, so we might see Tainted Goddess getting pulled out by Freemason, and we could potentially see a kill here. This is quite interesting.
Yes, we do see that Freemason is heading in, and Freemason is very good at. Oh, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Back into it. Oh, Nate is making retreat, but taking damage. There comes Petrify, coming up from Tainted Goddess, and there's nothing.
Yeah, they missed that. Freemason went down and ended up landed his 3. But yeah, the 3 would have hit if she wasn't using her ultimate. And I love the 180 turn as soon as you see it, just like quickly face away. But sometimes if your ping's too high, even if you are facing away, the server registers you as facing it and you get frozen facing away. It's rather annoying sometimes.
That's when you get in trouble, and that's when she uses first ability and uses all that burst damage to burst down. And that's really dangerous. And
The
if
camps
they're
are about to come
petrified,
up again.
yes, the camps are up in time.
The
This team quasi going to continue. It's like Cicada is by herself. So you get the kit.
she just
gets
beats
out.
and jumps. That's a
That's
mid
okay.
camp each. So unlike last time, they split up and tried to have some people going for each mid camp, but they just decided to just take one mid camp and be done with it. You did see 2 ults getting used there, which is it's a bit of a waste just for a circuit and beads. But the Wally beads, yeah, it's going to be another few minutes till she can use her beads again, which could end up screwing her over. Gets caught out again.
So we have this 3-man rotation coming out on this dual lane too. I think Whackboy might be in trouble here. But you also see a rotation coming out as well, coming from Silken Sports. You have Freemason coming in missing.
One. You see Pickles using his ult.
Petrified. Rain's in trouble here. So Kid gets taken down. Needed then.
And the shark finishes off Tainted.
Wow.
And Hans is after us. Oh, that was a good dash there. That was quite close. Isis is just hanging out there. Seeing if we can get a 2 off. And seems to land a 1. There we go.
That Rengas.
That boy's gone. So we're at 4 and 4.
It's a pretty even match. Even if you look at the gold count, they're both sitting at 21,000. Silken Sports hitting around by another 600 gold.
Yeah, they quite turned it around with that engage. It's pretty much back to even now.
We can see that from the first match of the day, from yesterday, that they're making the rotations, and we can see that it's the same thing here. But we see that both the teams making the rotations, which makes it everything even.
Isis might be out of position now.
Yes, all got missed.
I will not let you fall.
What do you think about the ward placements around the map?
Everyone's warding where they should be. Obviously, Silicon's got a few more wards up than Headset. I keep thinking of Kamikaze, but the Headset today. And yeah, you can see that they're warding defensive positions, and Silicon's just warding everywhere. You can see that everyone usually ends up buying wards. Freemason's got some, Top Notch has some. And we see a possible Gold Fury.
Yes, so they're
Team fight going on.
see, they're all gathering for the Gold Fury. Black Boy in trouble. Oh, here comes the Fearless. Oh, Black Boy is gone. They'll be able to pick for the ADC, gone for Black Boy, and they can go around for the mid camps, I suppose.
So that's another kill for Team Headset. They might actually have, might decide to game there. This team fight might end up losing the Mokara or not. Tank is taking out the power down there, which will put them ahead in terms of gold. They are, you know, it's basically borderline now. And they're going for mid camps.
Camps on the right hand side. Oh, good Earthquake coming out from Tombo. And here comes the Oscar Wave. Beautifully done. Looks like Top Notch is in trouble. They're going to chase Top Notch. Looks like Tempo's got the kill.
I don't think Top Notch is getting out of this.
No, he looks in trouble. Oh, Humbuts. Kinetic Panda, he's got. Oh, what a brilliant Earthbreaker coming out.
And there's Titan being gone as well.
Wow, like. Headset is coming back from day 1 to day 2. Like, this is interesting. They're going for the Gold Fury here as well.
Yeah, it's essentially a free Gold Fury.
You have Black Boy up and you have Freemason, but they have Legion 9. They have really experience and
melted, and they're nearly 4k ahead. Black Boy's just trying to farm up. Medusa's now got stacks. Black Boy's still a bit behind. We can see Poseidon probably building into the Warlock stash or gem. I'm actually gem. Sylvanas building shoes. Everyone's got full hog now, that the ones that need it.
Let's talk about the experience per minute and the gold per minute here. If you look at the gold per minute, we see that Compo here coming out at 421, and where you see Attended Goddess also here at Spain. They're pretty even.
Yeah, you see the two people that need to end up getting all the farm in doing it, and they're beating everyone else by a bit. And you can see Tom is obviously a lot more confident compared to what he was earlier when he was being pushed under the tower.
Pardon me.
But yeah, you see that Team Headset is ahead in terms of gold.
Comes the Escort coming out from the camp. Oh, misses it.
I don't think that would have finished Circuit off anyway. It had just over half health left. I don't think it would have been viable. The wall just got placed down there. Everyone's warding quite aggressively. Everyone's buying wards. Everyone's placing it down. You can see that Headset has all got beads, and nearly everyone has an active.
This actives are very important. Get you out of things.
While Silicon, not everyone has actives yet. You see Top Notch hasn't bothered buying any, as well as back so far. Quite close.
Three-man rotation coming out from the lane, and oh,
Under's coming up behind here.
What is Panda doing here? He's out of position here. Oh no, he gets away. The kid out's being burnt down.
That looked a little bit odd there. Must have glitched and pushed, jumped through or something. They kind of did glitch to get around as well. Mid camps are about to come up. Not blinking yet. Oh, being pinged. I think Vac needs a bit of help.
You see Katic Panda taking the rotation to the blue lane, but you also see the three-man rotation coming through as well.
Yeah, because they've got the wards up, you can easily see it coming, so it's out. Now there, and so that was a bit of a bait for the mid camps there.
Very smart.
They got a mid camp each by the looks of it. They're just going to pay these. But yeah, you still see Team Headset on top of gold and XP by quite a bit now. And you just see these two big boys slapping each other. One's got a club, another one's got some dark aura.
Do not deny
Shit,
the
really.
inevitable. Fall.
Serious wave about.
Well, let's talk about the that we have for team that we have Compo with a entry ward. It's a lot of gold. It's 135 gold coming out, but they're still having wards placed around it. Oh wow! Attention God is taking out Backboy in the DC lane.
Yeah, Tainted Goddess is quite a good AD. Always does some amazing plays sometimes, and the little advantage there is a little hard to see in the pressure and the support not being there. The support's trying to be everywhere at once, but I think Freemason just has a bit too much pressure on him, and he just seems expecting a bit too much from him. You can see the like, tower going down. This Isis might be out of position. Finds. Nope.
They're looking for something in mid. There's rotations that are coming through.
You might see a couple of old schemes topped off here.
Oh, here comes a team fight.
Freemason misses as one. And nope, they're on the tower now. Missed their opportunity.
They're kind of going back to play, so... Oh, no, he's not. He's going...
Like Tombo's got this tower here.
Oh, team Headset coming back from day 2. You have Headies coming back to Victor's tower, but a little bit of proxy farming coming out from Tompo, and it looks like he's going back.
Yeah, that's the tower's only 1 or 2 hits away. He's probably just going to push a wave into it. And Top Notch is going to either decide just to keep defending or be somewhere more useful. And he's probably just going to leave it. It's just a T1 tower.
We see that they're going for the Gold Fury for the second time. There are no rules placed. Does know that Gold Fury is being taken here?
I think they had
they're hitting there, they see it. There comes Big 5, it looks like Freemason is coming. Goes out for the Guarding up the lamb, Ten Goddess is in trouble. Ten Goddess might be taken out here a little bit, but still. Here combats, the boots, up there. Looks like Lorraine really getting away. That's how slippery Kid will be. Beautiful coming from Isis. That boy is in a little bit of trouble with body blocking. It looks like his edge and looks like we're a little beat up and we might not go for the Gold Fury, but clear out the jungle and take out the mid camps, putting back Soaking Sports a little bit more.
That was a 2-for-1 that was easily quite worth it.
Great plays coming out from Headset. So that wasn't really much from yesterday, but today, like wow, they're making the plays. Great football coming from Hungary.
I reckon Hungary could sit here there if they wanted. Just another wind gust, easy. Wind gust does quite a bit of damage the game. And these guys are kind of...
What's doing here? He's just looking...
Onto the blue. Like, oh, I'll just leave right the hell I want. He's a couple of levels ahead, his tower's gone. Mid lane doing that much, but yeah, the wards are continuing being placed. Everyone's placing the amount of wards, even the ADCs, which is everyone should be placing wards. Like, wards can easily change things around. Say ADCs are more active too.
Wards win your games. You know the vision. You know where they are. So you can go and do. There might be a camp really low in health and jump in and kill them. Wards win your games, guys.
You can see that Medusa's building into Executioner while is building into Ichival. I personally prefer Executioner, especially when you've got your 1 which applies the DOTs. You can rack up quite a bit of damage. For physical.
What are they doing here, the Gold Fury? Like,
I think they were thinking about it, and then Silicon.
Well, you do have all the ultimates. Oh, here we have Finger going up for his ultimate. Oh, Freemason. And now here comes our super barrage.
That was good.
The boat is being taken out there.
That was
Killing spree.
Tompo killing top notch.
just madness. It's all just
Bring them down.
See Silicon Sports with low health, but the level advantage for them is working in their favor. The increase in base stats are really helping them.
I think that's a free gold fury right there. They baited them in with the gold fury and just changed them around using Melter's gold fury. So Kit is thinking.
Well, we see Vacboy coming in. Oh no, he's not. He doesn't want to contest it. That's another gold fury. Oh, you see Lorraine coming in. Gone. Disengage.
Yeah, so Kit could have ran in there to the one and stole the gold fury. It would have easily been worth her life. But it was a bit slow. So I see her building into some Runeforge hammers there, probably building into a Jotun's hammer there. And it's got both the mid camps again. I think, unless we see a really good turnaround in a team fight or two, I think it has got this game.
We can see that from the player damage coming up from Medusa. If you look at the build that she has 75 stacks and also power boots instead of attack speed boots, comparison to what Ram has. So she's building for the real burst that the character she is. Probably why that she's doing a lot of damage and putting out that numbers in the player damage.
You're seeing that Hades Poseidon and Isis now building Warlock Stash can give you a crazy amount of power and health. So like the best way to defend against magical attacks is just build health. It does you a lot better unless you're the support guardian, something like that. You're off just to build a lot of health.
You're right. Here we have Tompo getting into Jotun's Wrath and is probably going into Magi's Blessing, or probably even Spirit Robe here.
Guys, that from Magi's there, and the top notch thinking, oh, maybe I can do some damage to this tower. Nope, he's just gonna walk away.
We have a rotation coming through.
Maybe we'll see another team fight going on. Everyone's just playing a bit defensively at the moment, doing the circles. They've pinged out Painted Goddess here. I think they're going to try and rotate on her. Now, if that red ward there was placed down, she was
She did not make it back for getting.
I think that
was out of position from Kenny Goddess. There's no wards out there. Couldn't see it. Covers.
Yeah, so this ward here, if this was placed a bit more further down, like about here, you would have seen them coming and probably would have fought out. And you see this mid tower, it's it there, just rounding them out. Might see another team fight coming in here. Sylvanas with the blink, which is always quite useful. The blink ult's a great initiator. Even though the DOT doesn't do as much as it used to, it still does a crazy amount of damage, and people don't really take notice of being damaged by it because it's such a long and long DOT that you just don't consider it in your in your calculation sometimes.
Like their top notch is in a little bit of out of position here, but he's retreating back, which is a safe course for him.
Top notch still doesn't have any actives. You need these actives filled up, guys. Especially a creeping curse would do wonders against a Herc. I expect that to be picked up quite early, but yeah, I don't see that coming.
And look at this, they're taking all the mid camps. The domination is so much, it's literally, we have, look at the gold experience.
Yeah, the 10k ahead and then
10k ahead.
It's a crazy amount.
In terms of experience and 7,000 in gold. And it's quite a lot. And look at the map. map awareness they have as well. They're placing wards. They really have centuries. Look at the both the teams now. They're placing wards. They're buying wards. They have centuries. They want to counter.
See this tier 2 tower that they're going to move in and try and take down.
Yes, we have a rotations coming out. Ultimate online as well. We might see a team fight coming out here. Here we are. Oh, Donation coming out with a blink. Off of Terror, kick fight. But there's not.
Use of the beat there, but
Coming out. Tower is taking a lot of damage and Pickle Finger.
Killing
yep, there goes Pickle
Lorraine
Finger.
with that out the kit with that touchdown. And their poison damage is doing damage to everyone. So powerful. True damage. And got us in trouble here. Ram putting up front. Oh, there's
They're going to turn on this Herc. Yeah, the kit ult is crazy. If you've put it on you and you know that you're going to die from it, just stay away from your teammates. It's the only thing I can suggest you do. Like, you could Aegis through it, but the DOT's longer than most of them. And so the best thing to do is just...
oh, what a great... Here comes the escalate. Oh, this is going to be good. Oh.
Very much to secure the whole fury there. Just
Tempo's... Oh, that's a 1 verse 5.
You better
I can really do 1 verse 5 here. We all know what.
Oh, here's a Hercules. You gotta have good. Hercules is quite crazy sometimes, but
True, but you do have weakening curse for Hades. Did you see that go?
oh yeah, just as I
come up,
suggested.
so you could not heal at all. Oh, great, like
I expected to see that a lot
you're
earlier.
on top notch. That's excellent play coming up.
Everything else in build seems to be pretty standard.
That's what we want to see from Silicon Sports. They've made mistakes in the beginning from not getting the actives, and now they're counterboarding the central builds and builds, and they're placing it, and they have to. They're making the right choice. Putting up for the 5 giant. Yeah. 14.
Yeah, you can see Vacboy's caught up to Tainted Goddess here, and they're both level 19 now. But Pickle Finger's still 4 levels ahead of their support, which is level 14. And you see Tainted Goddess coming here for the 3rd time to try and take this tower, but Suket's coming along.
Oh, Tainted Goddess in trouble here. Ultimate coming out. But Lorraine is damaged. A lot beads coming up from the same.
People underestimate how much damage minion waves can do sometimes. If you've got minion waves on your side when you're fighting one-on-one, it just, the damage adds up. It's
feel a bit squashed.
never underestimate it. Tainted Goddess here trying to push this again. They will be quite
Deciding a
interesting.
little bit of ultimate coming out. Oh, dang, there goes Tainted Goddess. That is... Oh, what a save coming out from Petrified.
wow.
What a play leading up to Tainted Goddess and Panda. That is what you call team play, ladies and gentlemen.
That was so close.
Team play, well played, and that tower is just hanging
You
there.
can't even see the health bar anymore. It'll be 1 hit away from even a minion. Top Notch is looking after it. And you see that that Silicon hasn't even taken the tower yet. It might see another... Nope, they're running away. They realize that they're out of position. They've been turned on. The Tainted Goddess is level 20. The person that's further behind is Jungler, the Huntsbats. Oh, they're thinking about... I thought they were thinking about the Fire Giant there, but they're just taking a ward. Would have been a tad risky if they did that with people nearby. Just takes out the tower just like that. Let's make it even further. Still about 10k hit in the XP. And just look at that damage from Lorraine there. Half health of Suket. Suket's got, I think it's got the lowest base health in the game. Might be wrong in that.
It's probably Hebo, isn't it? Hebo has the lowest amount of health. Crazy amount of high damage.
I'm not entirely sure. See them warding and grounding around the Fire Giant at the moment, trying to bait a fight. I think
All the ultimates online as well. We might see something here. This might be where whatever team will be something.
Right close through there. If they realize that some of these people are out of position, like the Poseidon's not going to be in this team fight if there's going to be one shortly, which would be quite favorable for headset. See the Poseidon just going, oh wait, there might be a team fight. Oh wait, I have a Kraken, I should be there.
So, we have Lorraine going back, pick up. We have Ultra coming out, we're all coming out, wow, here's the Earthbreaker, Ultra coming out. Very Kraken coming out. Yeah, Pierce going over Agni, Juggler protection coming in from Isis. Wow, that's getting a kill on Team Goddess.
That's gone, and
Panda
it
and
is,
Saket.
that is a fire giant.
That is a fire. Up north. Bring him the. Might be able to do this through. No, he doesn't. So doesn't mean that's the only thing we can do now.
That's something. Hades with a speed buff can be frightening sometimes, I suppose.
Oh, there we are.
Those are there.
Yes, and we're gonna rotate for top notch. Might be out of position here. Finish it. But there we go. The incredible mobility. Oh, what a great Earthbreaker.
The Isis Spirit Ball there.
They really do want this tier 2 tower. Don't want to wait for minions, but they do have 5 giants still.
Fire giant lasts. Oh god, I haven't played. Yeah, it's about 3 minutes.
They have 3 minutes to take out everything. Go back and build.
I should get back into Conquest. I've kind of missed it. I've just been playing Arena for non-stop. You see everyone buying wards. Wards is everything. You can, if you can catch someone off position, then you can essentially win the next game of the team fight. And everyone's build scene.
Here we have headset going out for Gold Fury, and they got the Gold Fury. They dominated the Gold Fury times, and
15k hitting XP, even though XP doesn't mean much. But you see some. Or not even 16 and 18. There's a bit behind, but it's the gold difference which is going to make it a bit.
Yes. 17k gold difference.
The Obsidian Shard, yeah, I disagree with that. I still think Spear's better because if you're going to do your 1 and the 3 on Hades, you're going to apply more penetration damage.
Yes, Obsidian Shard is for a burst penetration. If you're doing tick damage, you take the pyramid. Is by tick damage.
See the Phuket's finally building into crit now, which is very good on her 1.
Yes, the more crit you build on Saket, the more damage she does with her Death Bane. That ability we have the pressure coming out from the left side of the map. Really want this little Fire Giant, get the Fire Giant on. But what they can do is just plays here if Silken Sports wants to come back and see what ultimates all are online. They're looking for something.
Yeah, all ults are online, everyone's full health. This is going to be a 5v5, but one team has Fire Giant and nearly full builds compared to the other. You see the corner
comes
ult.
Power shot.
Phoenix is down.
Phoenix is down. Looks like Top Notcher is in trouble. Oh, he's in trouble. Raptor coming up. Kill him to the finish. And wow, so close from dying. Oh, Doom coming out from the Mason, but look at Mason out of position here. Ball coming out missing. What compo versus Earthbreakers, like that's been what he's
Everyone's so low on
doing so much. Phoenix still
There we
there.
go.
Phoenix still there.
4 of them are down.
There we go. Look, I don't know if they're going to go for the Titan or with Poseidon here with full health. Like, can defend us?
No,
So
they're going to melt it.
Taking shots at the Titan. Yeah, Fire Giant
Oh, they decided
They're
against
deciding to go around and probably take their jungle.
it. The kid's about to come up. I don't know if they use those. Salt is down, but one of them being hit by that everything, especially with the anti-healing placed on Perk. With the anti-healing, it's 100%. So that could have screwed Perk over. And you're starting to see the full builds coming in. You're starting to see the starter items being sold here by Headset. And yeah, you're saying
You have shield absorption coming out from Perk from making active. That's really much to push the objectives, isn't it? Okay.
what item are you talking about? Sorry, yellow absorption. Could have been. I think it was an initiator for team fights because Herc would have followed in after Guan, and everyone likes to focus a Herc when his regen is down. So you always just pop that up when his regen's down, and he be pretty good for a while.
We have the fire giant being spawning in 16 seconds, looking like they're counter warding and getting ready for the next fire giant fight. This next fire giant fight will dictate who's going to push and who's going to win. If Silicon Sports gets the fire giant again, might see in trouble, but if it goes the other way, it's
But yeah, this will be quite interesting to see. You see the ADC is quite high on the player damage as well as the mages. The Herc is doing heaps. We see a fire giant. Oh,
fire giant being taken, just bursting down like it was enough. 23 to 12. The goal difference. We're looking at 12k goal difference with a 17.
it means less late game. Well, nearly everyone's got their builds finished, and once everyone's got their builds online, everyone's got actives. The only person that still doesn't have an active is top notch, and the hog or beads can go so fast.
Oh, here we have. Oh, spirit. Oh. Double ultimate, triple ultimates coming out. Now holding it down.
No one died, but one team's got fire giant.
Fire giant regen is pretty powerful. Considering in 1 year we'll keep healing you and get doing some miracles with regeneration.
User joined your channel.
Crazy amounts of healing sometimes. All those things combined, they get to go again.
Yeah, the middle Phoenix being pushed in, take it down and pushing back Silicon Sports back to their fountain. They might go and take the right tower.
Phoenix, yep.
They would have to take the tower first before they get going there, and the fire giant buff, but it's like Silicon Sports might go and but now they won't. Tower to be the two towers. They're going to defend this last Phoenix. Combo coming in. Leads, but he's taking a lot of damage. Yeah, the Phoenix is gone, ladies and gentlemen. And they're retreating back.
Rampage!
Yeah.
Just
All four of them are down again. Getting a pickle finger, but they've got it. They've taken down all three Phoenixes.
there's a Titan. Well, that was a really strong game, man. I mean, it was 37 minutes. It was a easy game compared to the games from yesterday.
Yeah, quite.
A really good fight. It was started out even and yeah. GG, WP.
Cool. We're just gonna turn off. Leave the stats board on.
Stay tuned for the next fight that's coming out. Get yourself some water. It's good.
Thanks for always.
Yes, sir.
here, just testing out my new rig, playing some League. What's up, man?
Gonna get started when you are.
Right.
Alright, I got you. Yes!
All right, man, I gotta take off. I'll talk to you later.
They asked me, how do you become a pro gamer? Practice, practice, practice. When my mom sees me in tournaments and things like that, she realized how, oh, it's a big deal. If you're a competitor and you're the top player in these games, you're banking. Everything that you're doing in a game, there's sound to it. The reload of a shotgun at a corner, you're able to hear that at a distance. If someone's reloading around my corner, that guy's gonna die instantly. Everyone plays to win. I mean, let's be real here. Some of these top pro players can't even pass the second round of Pac-Man. Going up to the stage, it's really exciting. That's the thing. It's over the edge. Everyone in the background was just cheering on. With the surround sound, you're so enhanced in the game at this point. If the world was ending behind me, I couldn't tell. Focus is the key when it comes to competition. It gets really intense. Headsets give you that advantage. Command victory.
Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to game number 2 with me, Silent Time Lord, and Ranconius. And
hello, what's going on? Finally gotten into this. Sound issues are definitely
welcome back
out this morning. It's good to be back. Good to be back. Well, game number 2 with the headset taking out our first game of the day. Sports obviously were undefeated yesterday and headset went down to them, so that's a bit of a flip around, but we're into our band phase. Thor obviously taken off the table, the same as last game. Athena as well taken away, but this time Silicon Sports are going to be banning out the Sylvanas. Rather than picking it up first, Bastet is going to be the other jungler ban, and that left Medusa on the board, and Silicon Sports are going to be like, yep, we'll take the priority on that one.
yeah, here we have Vacboy, straight away picking Medusa. We see this character a lot from yesterday and today as well. What do you think about this ADC? Like, no one wants to really pick anything else from Medusa. What do you think about this?
It's just because she has a really, really good sort of lane. She clears effectively and harasses in one fell swoop with the acid spray. And with that, then she just sort of snowballs into a really nice damage mid-game. And she brings CC as well. And the fact that she doesn't have any penalty when side strafing and back strafing, like she's got a significantly reduced penalty, that's just intense. Like, the amount of movement speed and mobility she still maintains in fights. One of the problems with ADCs is that they're forced to pick up that sprint to ensure that they can reposition themselves effectively enough.
Here we have Lorraine picking Saket again from the last game, and from headset you see Katic Panda picking his Monkey and Gib, an interesting pick here because considering it was banned in the last game, he's now available and he's been selected from headset.
Absolutely, that's because of the Sylvanas ban switch around as well. Hunbats, he like we were discussing yesterday. Hunbats is just a really strong generic all-around jungler. He's good in the early portions of the game. He tanks up and he has CC towards the mid portions of the game, and he's just a strong map presence at all phases. Something else that I'd like to point out as well as we do move into our second round of bans with Isis being banned away by headset is that there's no AD carry picked up yet for headset. I mean, it is for Silicon Sports, but there's none taken away by for headset just yet. And they've picked a Geb. That to me says, we're thinking about either an Artemis or Rama, or something like, and potentially even a Shibalonke, just because they got the Geb there to ensure no CC, nice shield. I would really expect to see something like that coming through.
Yes. That being said, the AD carry. What do you think they will pick for here? They have a lot of AD carries that can counterpick against. You have Neith coming out. Just saying it out.
Neith pickup is just to try and handle Medusa. It's not to be overly strong, and it's also because with Medusa on the table that there is a large amount of CC from her ultimate, the Petrify.
Yeah,
but it's not guaranteed. Whereas Neith's ultimate is guaranteed to CC and damage somebody. And then she has to sustain to get through the lane phase as well.
Yes, but that's the thing that we saw from yesterday, from day one, match one, was that Neith was also picked when Medusa was picked, but we saw that how there was such amount of harassment from the early stages of the game from Medusa and Odin. But here you have Barcus and Tyr. The Neith being picked from headset, is that a viable sort of thing for them to make that sort of same sort of mistake that they saw from yesterday?
It's really kind of focused towards making it through. It's trying to stay long range, and I mean obviously the buffs and whatnot that come up through when other gods obviously die as well. I think the more important pickup is going to be that the Bologna, because she's flex, she's really strong, she has really good clear in the early portions of the lane phase in that solo lane, and she does a lot of damage in the same sort of fell swoop, but it's in a top-notch as tier. At this solo lane is gonna be a brawl.
Yeah, it's gonna be huge. Bologna is a very strong warrior, and then you have Tyr, which is pretty strong as well. But we know top notch in the solo lane skills. He does generally make really good plays. But that being said, Bologna, she's been banned a lot during yesterday's tournament, and she's been picked here. It's interesting to see how the banned characters from yesterday are being playing today. It's sort of like it's been allowed, and the teams just want to see how the characters are being played. But yeah, a high burst team coming up from...
Interestingly for me, like as well, yeah, there is a high amount of burst team coming sort of from both sides. Barcus, Medusa's a really high burst. Bologna Poseidon does a really nice amount, as well as Hunbats. Geb's more there for the CC and the setup more than anything, but then you combine Tyr, Zhonghui. Zhonghui has a lot of sort of sustained damage with that ultimate, so he's a little bit different. But I'm keen to see this composition come through, because Zhonghui as well, he has really good lane sustain. He's really good at clearing and sustaining himself up in the early portions of the game as well, and provides some decent pressure, but nowhere near that of a Poseidon.
No, but he is pretty tanky. I mean, when he has ultimate online, he does have double the amount of protections that he has. So if he is building into Warlock Sash, it's a lot of protections, and naturally when he gets each stack, he's getting more bulkier and he's got more protections. And against Poseidon, yeah, I mean, it's a really strong pick from both teams in the mid lanes. Well, what do you think about this?
I don't know. It's more. I really favor the Poseidon in this specific matchup, just because he's able to create a lot more pressure with the cripple and whatnot. Zhonghui, He's a lot more focused on sort of that early clear and just a little bit of pressure and whatnot coming through.
True, and he
He's
also lacks ability as well compared to Poseidon. Poseidon
Mm.
has like a increased movement speed from his second ability, and also
Trident,
when
yeah.
he completes his passive too. But will it be enough to do enough damage for Rana Barana? And we know that Rana Barana is a very, very strong mid laner. We saw them in a couple of tournaments playing Kronos, and we know he's a strong mid laner as well.
Yeah, it's Rana. I really want to see what Rana Barana can do with the Zhonghui, because we've seen such a huge fall off from it in the season 1 to season 2 sort of scenario. So I'm interested to see if he can bring something back. But it's definitely gonna combo well with the Surcat. Like Surcat's mobility and ability to spit down the constant dots and whatnot. That's a really, really high combo, but it takes time to really work, which is the major problem.
Yeah. Well, the game's about to begin, and let's see what's going to take it out. I mean, yesterday we saw Silicon Sports completely dominate, and we saw something, complete opposite today from the first game. Headset coming back, and that was really good to see. It was a good even match, and yeah, they made the plays and stuck to the team and made the rotations and completely dominated the pretty much took the Silicon Sports strategy and pretty much used it against them, counter warding, and we saw a lot of wards being placed and counter warding being taken away. And yeah, let's see what game 2 will have to offer us. And here we are in the second game.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, this is gonna be a firefight if ever I've seen one. Silicon Sports do not like to go down one game, and I don't think they're gonna sit down for very long. Gonna be a very experienced team with a lot of ability to keep them under the pump for such an extended period of time. I mean, last game we did obviously see Silicon's draft wasn't as good and wasn't as team focused. This time they've got a better team focus. They've got a really nice DPS sort of comp.
Yeah,
But that's the trouble as well, is it does take time to tick off. Zhonghui needs to cast abilities. If Hungry just immediately bursts him out, Picklefinger's there for help initiating. So Tainted Goddess on the Neath and Chaotic Panda on the Hunbats as well. And Tompo, he can just burst an initiative. There's a really, really nice combo. Silicon Sports definitely have to be careful here.
yeah, very careful. And that Neath with the global presence with Veil Reaver as well. Like if they want to see if there's anyone in the other team getting fat and big, they can go and shut them down. And the Veil Reaver presence is very important.
It is blockable.
It will help them out.
Top Notch is probably going to try and tank off as much of that as he possibly can. Bacchus has received a lot of hits to his early clear and early damage, and he requires a lot of mana to really come online. And he's one of very, very few supports that are looking at still running the Watcher's Gift, right?
Yes.
He's kind of not what you really want in a support, in a Guardian. His stats lean him towards the Guardian, and his scalings and whatnot, they lean him towards the Guardian. But the problem with him in this Season 2 patch is that he requires so much more gold to come online. Roaming, everything's so much more focused on roaming and whatnot. Mana sustain is a lot harder to come by, and you sacrifice so much more by grabbing that mana sustain from the Watcher's Gift compared to the Mark of the Vanguard. Mark of the Vanguard, you can get in there and you can sit there at sort of the level 1 and early levels and be totally fine. Whereas Watcher's Gift, you've kind of got to make sure you dodge around all that damage and don't take too much at all. But this is an interesting start too coming through from Runner. He's looking to rush into that Warlock Sash. He's already grabbed the Golden
2.
Sash, which is a 2-2, yeah.
And yeah, I mean about Freemason having so back in stasis mode, but discussing about what you said about Bacchus, him being a little bit mana hungry, but he's got 4 health pots and 4 mana pots compared to Gibbs 3 health pots and 3 mana pots, and yeah. He might be looking for a little bit of harassment and in the early levels of the game, just to make sure you can clear the lane, and because we know that
So now as well, from the backside of that, you've got to look to see that Freemason needs to earn himself 100 gold, right? He started by spending 100 gold more on items in those potions and whatnot.
I think there was a little bit of a lag in the duo lane. Free Picklefinger taking a bit of damage, additional damage that he didn't need to because he sort of lagged out and got some extra shots from Vacboy. But we're back in stasis mode, and yeah.
Alright, yeah. So talking about that, you know, he's spent 100 gold more on his sustain in that lane, whereas Picklefinger hasn't. But he's got that Watcher's Gift. Is means that he does obviously have higher gold generation than Picklefinger does.
We have yeah, the rotation coming up from the mid. A bit of pressure coming on from Ranabarana.
Yeah, and I mean, this is the stronger earlier portion of the game does come through from a Poseidon. This is his stronger portion, is in these earlier phases. He's significantly got more clear, more sustain. Well, not so much sustain, but you know, more clear, better heavy clear. Whereas Ranabarana doesn't have as much.
On the solo lane, we look like Top Notch is in a bit of a trouble. He's been pushed under tower. Tempo yeah, a lot of damage coming up from Loner, and also a level advantage as well. For those minions, every time it goes into the tower and the tower recognizes its minions, you lose gold for that. And yeah, that's what Tompo seems to be wanting to be doing to Top Notch, because he recognizes Top Notch as a really strong solo laner. He wants to make sure that he pushes him further so he doesn't do much damage and affect the team. What do you think about that strategy? Is it quite feasible?
That's just standard SMITE. That's just how you play the game in Season 2. And you pick what governs what's viable and competitive. One of those options is clear. That's what's stopping specific gods from being picked up. You look at mages, for example, in the solo lane with the exclusion of obviously Kronos, because he's not as heavily a mage. He is a lot more auto attack focused. Then mages struggle very on with their early clear, and their auto attacks don't do anywhere near as much. Whereas, you know, the attacks of a fighter, they're more physical based. You're looking at Hercules. You are looking at Tyr and these sorts of gods, Bologna as well. They clear exceptionally well. Then they've also got their auto attacks to ensure that they pick up anything that they didn't clear, and just a few things like that really help them out. And compared to mages, they're just far superior. So, you know, you're forced into kind of picking fighters with high clear at the moment.
They're doing a lot of pressure coming up from mid lane, but both teams seems to be evenly distributed, and Tompo just doing his stuff.
Yeah, and this is the significant fallback of taking Golden Sash at level 1. It means that, you know, you can't pick up the potions that you would have liked to have. Ranabarana has to base, like, Ranabarana cannot not base now. He has to base now. He hasn't got the mana to even think about contesting these mid camps.
No, yeah, mid camps are coming up. We see a rotation coming up from Headset, 3-man rotation. They're just taking
Freemason's just gonna get vision.
Yep,
yeah,
just hog
yeah, and then that's down to Zhongkui's mana.
Looks like both teams take each of the mid camps. It's even now.
Yeah, and that's the right move from Silicon as well. Freemason came in, just got vision, and was just like, yo, this is going on the left-hand side. Alright, immediately take right-hand side. It's a really, really smart move from Silicon, especially with the lack of mana on Ranabarana. You know, they actually played that incredibly well, because at that point, they're a little bit behind on XP. Both the junglers the jungler and the support don't have level 5 yet, as it's just now starting to come online for Lorraine, and Freemason will probably get it in the next wave. Like, that right there is, we can't fight, whereas they can. They've got ultimates, they've got a Poseidon as well, and Poseidon can fight extremely well early on, and there's no mana on our Zhongkui. So, for the fact that they actually were able to successfully grab the right-hand side mid-camps is just smart play. They can't be in two locations at once, right? If all three of them go for the left-hand side mid camps, we just easily take the right-hand side mid camps. If only two of them go for the left-hand side and one goes for the right-hand side, you have to three-man dive on that right-hand side. You have to pick the side that they've got significantly less on.
Yeah, they're playing very, very smartly. They don't want to make any mistakes. They don't want to give their team any advantage on both sides. Oh, we have Tainted Goddess taking up the first blood. Vacboy there, taken down in the jewel lane.
Yeah, so Vacboy just overextended just a little bit, and no mana, no health. And the ultimate comes through from Tainted Goddess. That's just all it is. You know, the over-sustain, especially in the very, very early portions of the lane phase before Dev Gauntlets is picked up, that goes significantly in favor of Neith, not Medusa. Medusa's about that poke, and as soon as she runs out of mana and the wave clear, she's just so much more threatened by a Neith, and that's why you do pick up the Neith.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about the ward coverage system? You see that Silicon has placed more wards around than comparatively to Headset. But during the last game, we saw that they're both evenly placing the amount of wards. Yeah. So what do you think about that?
That's just both teams just wanting to sort of play slow through the early portions of the game, yet not give away Old Furies, not give away mid camps. You know, they want to get farm onto their respective carries, and that favors Silicon's playstyle, right? The only lane where they potentially can really get, I mean, Medusa can and also can't at the same time get ahead of Neith. It's dependent upon the mana scenario.
We have second mid camps coming up. Looks like everyone's making a rotation. They really do want this left-hand side mid-camp. Barker's jumping in. Ultimate's coming out. Tracker coming out, killing Lorraine. Hungry takes the kill there. Looks like Ranabanara is in trouble. Mason taking kill. Panda getting Ranabanara. Yeah, 4 kills. Headset is generally dominating this. This is their side. 7 minutes, under 7 minutes. Looks like they're going to the Gold Fury. They have nothing else to lose. They're just spawning.
Yeah, they've just killed every single member of Silicon as well. Like that's a problem. Silicon are down 0-6. They'll have a decent mid to late game, so they're just playing for that. They're just like, right, we're gonna scale. You need to survive, not die. Pick up farm, pick up XP wherever we can. They lost the left-hand side mid-camps, but they might be able to pick up the right-hand side ones, you know, but for the meantime, they just gotta sit back, play a little bit more passive.
Looks like, yeah, Headset will pick up the right-hand side mid-camps. Circuit might be taking one of them. Ultimate coming out from Circuit. Lorraine taking out Panda.
Absolutely, that's just an overextend from the side of Headset, because obviously Hunbat's just had no mana. There's nothing he can do. He's forced to auto-attack or run. He can't somersault over a wall, he can't overhand smash for bonus damage, he's just got nothing, right? That's... As soon as you're out of mana, you know, you just can't fight.
Nope, you have no mana, you're pretty much just sitting duck, waiting to die. If you're out of position, they're gonna jump you, and they'll kill you.
Exactly, that's exactly how that works. And yeah, you've got no method to escape, you've got no method to help you clear, you've got no method to help you put out damage, and the opposition, yeah, whilst they're 2 levels behind, when they've got access to their spells and you've got no access to yours, that's...
Yeah, that's coming out from Top Notch, putting out the damage for Tempo, but Tempo, Lona, you know that her health bar is a lie, because as soon as he got that Scourge on and starts healing off you. So it's pretty much like Hercules mitigate wounds, that health bar is always a lie.
Yeah, and it's also the fact that you can mitigate any auto-attack trading as well. And it's also the fact that Top Notch is down 2 levels. He's gonna pick up 1 right here, but being down by such a large amount of XP, that's a large problem for Top Notch.
We have a 3-man rotation coming out on the solo lane, but yeah, no ward placage for, there's only 1 ward placed around for Silicon Sports. But he's aware that they're coming out for a possible game from the solo lane.
Absolutely, yeah, he's seen all three of them, and there's two other Silicon Sports members on the backside here. Arcus is still over in the duo lane, so he's not going to be able to help out with this fight. But the fact that they've got Zhonghui on the backside, and Poseidon's sort of caught between there and mid lane, trying to help out whoever he can, that's a problem. But with the left-hand side mid camps, this is a really smart rotation move from Silicon.
The left-hand side mid camp's going out to Silicon. Yeah, it's been quite even, you can say, about the mid camps, but obviously Headset taking out a little bit more. Oh, looks like that boy here is in trouble. Tentagodes putting out the sprint. Oh, there goes the Lord Reaver. That boy being taken down. I mean, that's so. Yeah, Silicon Sports, by picking Neath, I suppose they're doing a lot of damage to Medusa, especially with the World Reaver. The extra damage in that CC. Oh, well, what do you think?
I mean, that's why it's picked up. It's that it's expected to be that counter pick to the Medusa, because it just brings in that sustain. It doesn't have the clear and pressure that a Medusa has in a sort of level 1 to 4 sort of range, but after that it just kicks in a sustain phase, and it's so far stronger than a Medusa can be at the mid to sort of later phases of just that solo 80 carry versus 80 carry in the duo lane. So.
Yeah, a rotation coming out for Top Notch. Yeah. They really are making the rotations here. Headset which really shows that they have learnt from yesterday, yeah, and it's good because it's working in their favor. It really,
yeah,
it
but
really
they've
is.
got to be really careful. Like we were saying earlier on, Barkus scales into that mid game like an absolute beast. Does really nice amounts of damage, helps clear, has the CC, has the Intoxicate is so strong as a form of CC because your opposition doesn't know which way they're going to turn up. They're going to be left and right and left and right, you know, and you can plan for that, and it forces them into such a weird spot because they don't know which way they're going. But the Zhonghui Recall Demons, it takes a really long time to sort of come online. It requires a heavily built up Warlock Sash, and that's why Rana's focused on towards that first. And now he's going towards the shoes, whereas the shoes are already online for Poseidon. He can roam around. He wants to be focusing on that roaming and the ganking pressure, whereas, you know, Zhonghui really...
Oh, Freemason's here in trouble. Oh, Petrified coming out from
but
that
down
boy.
comes the Petrified, does a lot of
But that
damage.
shield.
And the CC onto Tainted Goddess.
That shield.
Absolutely.
It's amazing how Gabe can put out a shield and completely cleanse you from CC reduction.
Yeah, that's why Gab is picked. You know, it's Stone Shield, but then he also brings Strong Initiate and CC. You know, that he's able to get into the opposition backline. He's able to be a threat, and he's able to cleanse your AD carry. You know, that's exactly why you pick Gab. Exactly why you pick Gab.
So we have the mid camps coming up as well. Maybe this will lead into another team fight. But we don't have an ultimate coming from Barkus or Backboy, so maybe they don't want to force a team fight here and have a team fight around from Old Fury. Seeing that,
but they're not all that far from cooldown, like only 30 seconds away, and Vark just got in a nice base, but that didn't even bring him level at that point, you know. That's a problem. He's looking for the Ikaval as well, whereas Neath is actually already focusing towards the Executioner by the look of that, and the World Weaver's going to come out as well. She's looking for a target.
Yeah, she's making a rotation to mid.
And this is just because there's nothing going on in that duo lane at this point in time, with Vark pushed so far under the tower.
Yes,
there's nothing they can really
both
do.
the teams
so
are very careful of what they're doing now. They don't want to give out any unnecessary kill, because we've seen that in 7 minutes, their side really hurted them, and they don't want to make any mistakes. So they're playing this very carefully. They're running around in a group, so they don't get picked off. Yeah. It's just a farming game for now. Looks like they're wanting to head into the late game. By the looks of it.
Yeah, and you know, that's not a. There are portions of both teams that do really come alive.
Oh, Lorraine trouble. I think she's gone. Oh, there we go. Hungry taking the kill. Out of position. Gets you killed.
Absolutely, and that's a member down right as the opposition really kind of want to go for a gold fury. That's not strong. Freemason's going to be the one to come in. I mean, he does set the Hog 3 online. He is the support. This is his role. They're going to go and look for the contestant and at least reset this Gold Fury. But on the left-hand side of the map, Vakboy is being dived from both sides. But now, Chaotic Panda's a little bit out of position. He's looking for the somersault away and will manage to get out of here. But Silicon bought enough time that Lorraine is respawning right now, and she's going to be able to get back out here and retake this fight.
Oh, Top Notch in trouble here, getting out from his ultimate. Ultimate coming out from Tempo, taking tower shots. Oh, this is a kill. This is a kill. World Reaver coming out, just go global presence. Here comes the CC. Done.
Double kill.
That global presence from Neath is pretty powerful.
Yeah, I mean, you know, across the map potential to generate a kill, that's a good reason for picking up Neath. You know, earlier on last season, you know, when it was so much more about that split push, you were looking at Apollos, you were looking at more global ultimates. Rama was strong then because he had the distance as well to get into the fights. He didn't have to roam the entire way. Gold Fury's being started up again here, and Silicon, they want to contest.
Taking a lot of damage. Cataplasm coming out, ultimate coming out from Poseidon. Looks like... yeah, Backboy is in trouble. Sprint coming out from Neath. But yeah, the back is coming out and stopping it. What a good teammate. What a good teammate.
Absolutely. And
yeah.
Silicon got... They might have lost the rain there, but they got the steal on the Gold Fury. He got the steal on the Gold Fury. That's the important part, right?
Yeah.
So they're at least trying to slowly bring themselves back in the game, but this might be a little bit
Looks like
aggressive.
Tana Goddess
from
is in
Freemason.
trouble,
Down comes
but
the
she'll
ultimate
go
from
back.
Rana. The Recall Demons, they're looking for what can Silicon do here on towards Tana Goddess. Yeah, don't just somersault away. Recall Demons actually coming off online right now. The Sun to come through on towards Rana.
Rana is in trouble. Oh, Beats coming out, but he will not make it.
Beats immediately comes out of Rana. Will get picked up by the overhand slash, and Chaotic Panda find that one. Pickle Finger's going to be the next
Fearless
one.
coming out from
in the
top.
backline going, containing Goddess. One more attack will clean that one up on the right hand side though. As in comes that ball. Lorraine has found her out on the Circat. What can they really find? The moment for Silicon, it's not really going to be anything as they look to back off. Headset are the ones that continue to be the aggressors. Barkus is still looking to get out of here. He's incredibly low on health and mana, but look how tanky Tompo is already. Look at the items. Runeforged Hammer, Frostbound Hammer. Man, he is so tanky already.
Yep. That's a lot of health. That is why he was doing a lot of damage to Tier. The health does really help considering that it makes you more tanky, and if you're Bologna, we all know that her 1 makes you really, really slow, and she can just pretty much box you to death. And with Frostbound and Runeforged Hammer, there's nothing that Top Notch can do. There's too much damage, and he's not really doing any much damage when he doesn't have any penetration.
Step aside. Surprise.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look at him right now. He's a long way behind on gold and levels. He's 2 levels behind, and he's, you know, almost 1,000 gold behind as well. That's a large problem. They're almost 1,000 gold behind on every single role. In fact, they are 1,000 gold behind on every single role. Top Notch is the closest one over in that solo lane, but in the mid lane, they're looking for an engage. Lorraine goes a long way forward, trying to find Hungry, but Hungry is just too safe at this point in time.
Yeah, the movement speed from Poseidon, the passive really helps in dodging those madness.
Yeah, and check this out. You know, Medusa's starting to catch up, right? She's finished out the Executioner. Executioner's online for both her AD carries. No bonus attack speed at this point. No one's going for Ikaval. That's pretty... That right there is like, it's saying, hey, neither of us really want to box. We kind of want to roam and put pressure in and around Gold Fury and whatnot, so...
Yeah. Vegetable, yeah, it's an interesting item because it does give you 10 penetration, and it does give you a 30% attack speed. The thing with that is that you really don't have any stats. Oh, here comes the ultimate, and wow, Hungry taking out Lorraine. Lorraine's just get bursted by that shark. Yeah, we've been seeing this from yesterday and today from the tournament. And Poseidon being a really powerful sort of character that's coming out. Cataclysm
In the
coming out
meantime,
from
Team Fire's
dead.
going to go down on the left-hand side. The Cataclysm does some really nice work. Fickle Finger stops. Rana Barana and
Wow,
Freemason's
Tango
getting
picking
too
up
far. In the
kills.
meantime,
as
Team
well.
Goddess just ripping through, and Tompo on the back line, pulling out with
World
Tompo.
Reaver
Means he
coming
wasn't
out.
part of the team fight. The ultimate comes towards backboard.
Wow.
He's going to beat out of that one. Try and kite around and do what he really can at
Backboard
this
and
point in
second
time.
down.
But they've got the dive, and they will just clean him up underneath that tower, and Tompo just gets CC'd.
Airless coming out. Nope.
He can't really do anything.
Nope. It's a level advantage. I mean, look how much health they have, yet they still survive. The base stats are really helping them. Wow. Yeah. Second Dare side. Tier 2 tower gone and surrender. That's the game. Yeah, as you said, yeah, they're not gonna sit down for too long.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is game 2 already gone. Hungry are up 2-0 at this point in time. But don't go anywhere. We'll have more Smite action for you just after the break with our very next game. So if you want to see it, here is the place to watch.
Hey.
What's up?
Alright, just testing out my new rig, playing some League. What's up, man?
Trying to get started when you on.
Right.
Alright, I got you. Yes!
Alright, man, I gotta take off. I'll talk to you later.
They asked me, how do you become a pro gamer? Practice, practice, practice. When my mom sees me in tournaments and things like that, she realized how, it's a big deal. If you're a competitor and you're the top player in these games, you're banking. Everything that you're doing in a game, there's sound to it. The reload of a shotgun at a corner, you're able to hear that at a distance. If someone's reloading around my corner, that guy's gonna die instantly. Everyone plays to win. I mean, let's be real here. Some of these top pro players can't even pass the second round of Pac-Man. Going up to the stage, it's really exciting. That's the thing. It's over the edge. Everyone in the background was just cheering on. With the surround sound, you're so enhanced in the game at this point. If the world was ending behind me, I couldn't tell. Focus is the key when it comes to competition. It gets really intense. Headsets give you that advantage. Command victory.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our third game of this best of 5 series. Headset have taken the lead 2-0, and Silicon Sports have got some serious catching up to do here, Harsha.
Yep, from both the games we've seen, total domination coming out from Headset. It's a total opposite what we saw from yesterday. They're actually, they're making the plays and they're sticking together. They're counter warding, and they're picking off Silicon Sports bit by bit, and they're putting the pressure right from the start. And we saw that yesterday from Silicon Sports, and now they're doing it here, which is working in their favor.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that large part of that's coming down the draft. That's why you're seeing Medusa band away and Bologna this time coming through from the guys on Silicon Sports. They don't want their opposition having those ones. Athena obviously left on the board, but that's irrelevant. You don't need to pick Athena to win the game. She's just strong, but we've shown several times over the last sort of week how strong, playing into Athena can be. You don't have to pick Athena and you automatically win. That's not the case.
Yeah, as you said, they straight away banned Bologna and Medusa. They really recognize how potent they are with those gods, and they recognize that the players really do combine the efforts, and it works for them. So they really recognize that factor, and they straight away banned those two. They recognize the players for being good with those gods, and it's something that puts out to them, something that gives them another chance to say that, hey, we're gonna ban these gods that you've been doing so well, and we're gonna see if we can come back and reclaim what we really want from yesterday, the domination. Yeah,
and I mean, this pickup coming through from Silicon Sports as well, Hunbats and Thor.
Yeah,
I have a feeling that Hunbats is going to go towards the solo. Thor doesn't do anywhere near as well in the solo lane, but when you pick both of them, anything's really possible. And the Neath pickup again coming through from Tainted Goddess. I have a feeling that they're going to have a better solution to this from Silicon Sports this time around, though.
Yeah, that being said, Humbat solo is quite. You can do that. I mean, myself, when I've been playing, I saw a lot of Humbat solo, and they do work out. But having an assassin in a solo role, apart from Loki or someone who is has sort of a good clearance, Humbat does have good clearance, but oh, we have Alquan.
Well, as does Thor. I mean, they both pushed waves exceptionally well. They both clear really, really well. It's just kind of like, does Thor or Hunbats do it better?
That's true, but Thor, if you're using your first ability, you're losing your escape, so you might be out of position there. So it's safe to say that Thor would be the jungler and Hunbats would be the solo laner. But that being said, we never know what Headset wants to do. I mean, Aphrodite is being picked here. You don't normally see that.
This could be What?
Yeah, Aphrodite.
What?
Aphrodite being picked here.
They don't have an 80 carry. Yeah, that's better.
Oh, that's better. Yeah.
They don't have an 80 carry. That was my problem, right?
Mhm.
Rana Barana plays an absolutely phenomenal Scylla. Phenomenal Scylla.
Yes, we've seen it from the Smart World Championships how dangerous she can be with that Sikkim, and a monster getting those cripples down, and the high burst coming out from her. But that's only if she makes it to the late game, and we've seen that in the first game both the teams played it out pretty much to the late game, but the second game we've seen that 2 sided pretty much brought down the morale for the team, and they ended up surrendering. But we have to see what they'll do here.
Yeah, this is An interesting. Okay, Lorraine is on the Thor, so it's definitely with top notch on the Hunbats. That's definitely the lock-in, right? Chaotic Panda is going to be jungling Ar Kwong. Now, Ar Kwong, really mobile, has nice execute potential and a bunch of burst damage, right? And really good attack speed. But past that, he's a little bit weak. That's what I'm worried about. If he falls behind in any way in the early portions of the game, he's in a world of trouble. A
lot of trouble. Yes. Yeah.
Thor
Ar
can just
Kwong.
get tanky. Thor can get tanky and initiate. He'll be totally fine. He still does a nice amount of damage with or without damage items.
Yeah, that's his passive. Yeah, the more enemy gods that are in this area, and he gets stacks on them. 15 stacks for each god. So if that's 45 stacks, 45 base power. It's really strong in the early phase of the game, and especially when you, as you said, you don't really need items, and that presence is really powerful, which makes him a really powerful jungler. But at the same time, Ar Kwong, after hitting level 10 to level 12. Having his new buff, this execute, and giving his restoring his health back makes him more viable. Considering that when he goes up into the air and gobbles someone up and comes back down, he doesn't need any mana to use his abilities, and his sword ability, his passive is completely restored, so he can use that to execute another one and move on. It's sort of like Thanatos, pretty much. So it is a very good pick for the enemy jungler, because both of them have global presence, and it's a good pick from coming up from both teams. Especially that Shibalanke, that Shibalanke is the most hardest hitting ADC in the game when it comes to late game. You get those stacks up as passive, and it will hit those auto attacks for, I don't know, maybe around 400 to 500 each basic without any crits.
Exactly. That's why you pick Shibalonka. As soon as you get those kills on him, he just scales hyper.
Yeah.
That's why I said, if this Ar Kwong gets behind, it's trouble, right? It's trouble, because then he's a very good target for a Shibalonka to just sort of jump on and go all over and dump a bunch of damage down on.
Yeah, a lot of damage. You have a lot of damage coming out from the blue team. But we have to see, like, how is their morale speaking. Will they get through this round or not? Will they make the plays? How much will they ward, and how much will they stick together to counteract with the other team? Because that's what's pretty much they've been doing from the last two games. They've been just sticking around and counter warding and just picking people off.
Well, we're into that game, and this is where the excitement starts, right? They're 2-0 down. It takes 3 wins straight here for Silicon Sports to get back in, and then win it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It takes 2 wins for them to level themselves up. It takes 3 wins to walk away victor. After such a strong showing yesterday, they need to bring something out in a best-of-5 series.
Yeah, that's true. Here we are. We've started up match number 3, game number 3. On the Chaos side, we have Silicon Sports, and on the light side we have Team Headset. We're just about to load in.
Yeah, absolutely, and I tell you what, game on our hands.
Pretty
That's
much.
what we
You
have.
can say that again, Rick. But what do you think about the builds that are coming up? I mean, Shibalanki, you have different sort of builds. I mean, you can go into Heartseeker for the meta that's now, since Heartseeker got a buff, or you can go to Transcendence, giving that MP5 that he needs to do his branching bolus to keep that active, because he is very mana hungry.
I would actually expect him to go more along the Bluestone Pendant into Dev Gauntlet's path. I don't know, it might just be me, but I feel like that's better for a Shibalonke. The Heartseeker Azzy I really don't like anywhere near as much as I like Dev Gauntlet's Ikaval Executioner. I just like that path a lot more. It gives you a bit more attack speed, and branching bowlers has the potential to do so much damage across a random team, and that you require a slightly higher attack speed for that to work.
Yeah, as you said, yeah, looks like Backboy is going into the standard build of getting Dev Gloves. He's got the tier 1 Dev Gloves. Yeah, everyone looks like they're in a standard build. nothing strange or scary or heroic, or you can say, in the meta.
Interesting to see if they do follow through with this invade at level 1.
Yeah,
This is just like a ward aggression play. It was just a ward play, right? So now Top Notch and Lorraine can actually run back towards Tompo and because no one's leveled up anything yet. Alquang, level 1, yeah, not all that strong, but he can be.
We don't have any. I think they're just dancing around. I mean, you can see Tompo just dancing around with Tyr, and yeah, I don't think they're going to invade. I mean, they don't have any potentials to invade. They don't have any heavy hammer from Tyr or anyone really to go for an invade. They're just looking around and giving them, hey, over here, good match, and here we are, starting it up.
But they're gonna know the exact timings of this speed buff clear, and they'll know the exact point in time that it comes back up, and that's what that early ward does. It enables you the ability to go and steal away your opposition's speed buff the next time it comes up, because you know when it's up and when it's not up. Right? That's the advantage of sticking that ward down. Conversely, you also know a really good timing of when that jungler's going to be at that point. So
yeah, this is what you do if you're a jungler. If you're a good jungler, you would ward in their speed camp, and you would come take it every time it's up, and you can test it. Or you could, especially when you're 4, you could just place it there, and you can just go into it and hog it, and get away with your one. Very efficient, and it's a good pressure. But yeah, as you said, we'll see if it happens in this game.
I've just been keeping an eye on sort of the right hand side of the map. The early damage, like I thought it might, it does go in favor of Lorraine and Top Notch. You know, the double tap from a Thor is actually really